Happy Sunday, everyone. So, in this one, we're back at the arena, and I'm making the Deathclaw cage, because it is going to be the Deathclaw cage. I was going to put Mirelux in there, but come on, Deathclaws. And also the bar. This idea came to me when I decided, what am I going to put on the roof of my Deathclaw cage? And I was just like, Amaga, it needs to be a bar, and it works so well. It's also leading me on to maybe making, at some point, potentially the next video, a kind of a smaller bar guide, similar to the shop, something that's kind of shortish in one little video that can kind of, rather than making a giant building, it's just kind of like a mini bar that you, well, not literally a mini bar, but a smaller bar that you can insert in settlements. Right now, what we're doing here, as you can see, is I want lots of viewing. The Deathclaw cage. Now, I'm well aware, because I've tried it before, maybe it'll get patched at some point, but there is the issue with creatures warping out of the confined areas. Now, apparently it's something to do with exits. So, what I've gone and done is this doesn't actually have a doorway on it. It has a kind of route leading to the arena. However, I might test to see if there are ways to keep the Deathclaw in there, like, the base hasn't got a door, but for now I'm just going to have the cage in there, and when it's ready, it'll actually open, and it also the cage actually, when I actually get around to putting it in, because at this point I don't have any copper, naturally, it does actually, the entrance to the cage is actually literally right where this little walkway in, which I'm quite pleased by. Now this was really fiddly to do, due to this is where concrete gets really massive pain in the arse, because it all ends up being slightly out of sync. Deliberately, in my case, I thought I was being very, very clever, but to put this in, it was really, you can see I'm having trouble now putting walls in. It does look cool, and I end up having to improvise in terms of structure. I quite like what I end up with. You be the judge, ultimately. But, yeah, it's a pain in the knob. Basically, the bigger the structure gets, and the more adventurous the shape, the harder concrete is. You also notice that this is a shorter video. It's just shy of, it's just over 12 minutes, or around 12 minutes or so. The reason being is with this build, people were really struggling, I think. Quite a few of them. I think, to be honest, the silent majority were struggling with kind of following everything. So I'm going to do this a bit more often, just kind of make snappier videos. It's easier for me, because it means I can spend less time making a video, but more time thinking of something interesting, as you'll see in this one. But also allows for people, right, how did Davey specifically do that part? They don't have to trawl through a, 20, 30-minute video. So yes. See, I'm leaving these sides open. Now, I did one side because I had to practice, but basically I just took these roofs off, and I'm just gonna, because I couldn't fit, because I wanted a kind of, I don't know why I did that for. Oh yeah, I was checking what I did. I don't know why, sorry, I wanted like a kind of, basically the way the Deathclaw walks in, you can see it from all angles. You can stand above it and look down on it, and just the shape of the, basically I can't fit a floor or ceiling piece in there at all. So I end up just going with this, and it's making like this little kind of platform that you can view. I guess that way, think about it, actually it's quite nice. The base that people on the bottom floor and the top floor can see the Deathclaw walking through. So I think it's pretty cool. And it's a pretty straightforward little arena as well. But, as always, what makes this interesting is the details. So you can see, we're peeking down. This is the kind of bare bones right now. I want to mix, again, wood and steel, so it's quite straightforward, really. I just make a nice little platform going around the side. I did a little bit of trouble with the stairs. Initially, I was going to have it one route going around, but because of the fact that the wall piece, you can see, basically, it's literally, because of the length of the effective thickness of the wall at the side, I couldn't exactly have one walkway going around the whole thing, so it's kind of like 3 separate walkways. I eventually make the ladders look good, by the way. Initially, I was just going to plop them down there without any thought, but instead, I'm like, oh, actually, that's really shit. You're going to love the bar, by the way. You are going to love the bar, because I love the bar. The bar's fucking grand. Incidentally, because it's a Deathclaw-themed bar, it has a Deathclaw hand. It does not have any Deathclaw heads, because Deathclaw hides are massively hard to find. They don't actually drop. I'm sure I've had them drop off Deathclaws, but these ones, I haven't had one. I went and killed, because I'm level 100 on this save, I went and killed about 8 Deathclaws, got loads of hands, no hides. So apparently you buy them, you find them and you buy them. So as I go around, I will put Deathclaw heads. There is a Deathclaw hand, though, because it's to do Well, actually, I'm intending to use the Deathclaw bar picture so you know what it's called. But basically, the Deathclaw hand is actually on display. It looks really cool. And incidentally, that is now going to be the name of my bar in my personal save as well. Which I'll show you that version of Sanctuary, by the way, at some point, fully toured, because I've actually been decorating it as well with junk. But yeah, no, literally, my bar, I'm so pleased with this, how it worked out. I was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. This looks cool. I got really excited. I like this little part here. And also the stairs don't match each side, but it's quite nice. See, because obviously the angle here. And I can't snap. You can see me sigh a little bit. I'm like, ugh. But that's okay. Because initially I think of giving up. Stairs are weird with their snappage. Like, sometimes they snap in places, like, sometimes, I was doing it in Sanctuary, they snap straight into the concrete pavements, but for some reason, like, places like this, I don't get it. Because I thought it didn't snap into concrete, but it does. See, it's snapping concrete, it's fine. I think it's just maybe slightly lumpier, weirder ground. Mixing the metal railings, because on a lower level, I don't want to overdo the wooden railings, but I wanted the wooden ones so you can see the wood. Plus, I can decorate the wooden railings, that was the whole theme of this. So there's my little viewing area. This is where shit gets exciting. So this is actually a ceiling grating, by the way, I've got on there. So that's why I have to put these floor panels on first. And have a little bit of a lark here. Just taking my time. You notice I can't actually push it to the end. I don't know why that is. You bastard. Go on. Go on. Eventually I just go, accept it. Like, I don't know why I'm not accepting it, because it doesn't actually matter, and the end result is very good. There we go, sorry, just putting those two down there. Nothing more can be built naturally. I hope you can feel my sigh just then. The way I cancelled that recording was just a case of a... Oh. Now I'm going for the bulbousy bits. This one actually looked really good, so it's fine. I'm still umming and ahhing on the medium cage at the side. This one looked pretty good. There's still lots of details, by the way. The way I decorate this is quite sparse for now. Because I want to put a little bit more of the decoration later down the line. Without... I just wanted to get something in there, but it's not finished decorating, basically. That's what I'm saying. So here we go. This is where my slightly cool idea... Now, initially I do this, because I wanted it to be kind of like a I actually do it like a U shape? Yeah, U shape. I put a thicker one here. So I can put a sign on there. It's a bit thicker and it looks grand. Oh, and by the way, I do, like, put these railings down here for the sole purpose of me not falling over. I still fall over. So we're... Oh, you see when you've got that metal bit down the bottom, where the walls, metal curvy bits, snap to the floor. I actually eventually, and you'll see this, but I put a little metal walkway next to it as well, the rusty one from the concrete tab. It looks pretty cool. See? Still fell down. Right, so now we're in the cage. I'm just going to put the cage in, that was it. At this point, I'd actually disappeared for an hour trying to find Deathclaw hides. At least I now know where all the Deathclaws are. It's pretty cool. Like, he doesn't have much area to move, but this is actually good, because I'm probably going to have the cage closed. So I'm going to put a little bit of decoration on the inside, maybe like some loads of meat and stuff. But it means that when he comes out, his only way to walk is just in the Hoojima flip towards the arena. Now, the Deathclaw hand, because I can't have the Deathclaw head. I definitely did want a hand up here, but I also wanted some severed heads as well. Just the record, I'm going to do a new junk guide at some point, because in a patch since, I think it was the one just after my junk tutorial, they fixed completely junk going crazy. Those of you on Twitter have seen it already, like Homeplate, for example, you saw the video. I've completely decorated that now, and I'm doing it with Sanctuary. Like all of my own Sanctuary, because I'm not doing it with like a really big, clumpy Sanctuary. Like the big one, it's only for small settlements, just because it would take me about the time it took me to build the settlement to decorate the entire thing with junk. But here's my little Deathclaw hand. But I'm going to do another one, because like literally, using the rotating axis things, which I don't think not many people know about changing that. So you're going to get a guide for decorative junk, because it absolutely works perfectly. Now, I'm going to put the sign on, and then you'll see the finished tour of my bar. This is such a good bar. Such a good bar. It inspired me to make a couple of, like I said, I'm going to make some bar tutorials, I think, because I realised that that shop build, I think, was my third ever video and my second ever tutorial. it's really good for shops, but it doesn't really work for a bar. Like, a shop is like a stall area. This is you want something, with a sign, for example, and it looks, and with, areas you can sit. I'm quite pleased with the name as well, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you can see it in the thumbnail, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of got a... Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Also, recommending if you're going to ever use the open sign, and you want something that kind of blends quite well, because I put on the bar the open sign as well, put your sign in blue and red, because that's the same colour as the open sign. It may seem like kind of common sense, but it just complements each other really well. So I put the middle one in. Oh, the power setup, by the way, here, as with the front of it, is just completely temporary. I'm actually going to have a generator area. I've got basically 200 power for this entire settlement now, because I was too lazy. So there you go, the claws rest. Love it. Here it is finished. How I've done the bar right there, really pleased. Going to develop on that, because that would make for a nice little quick, easy, short little bar area. And I see I've just kind of decorated it quite basically, but the idea, you're having a beer, having some pale ales or Borov's best moonshine, and there's a Deathclaw, and you drop your food scraps and everything. That was my whole vibe of this. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. There will be a video tomorrow. I'm going to try and say, for the videos like this, to give me more time to kind of not stress out about making them, but also to make them a little bit more bite-sized. I'm going to make them kind of this length from now on, but that way there shouldn't be any major gaps. That's the problem with this arena a little bit, is I keep kind of getting creative block, and I'm like, because I know I have to fur out basically I have to record an hour or two, whereas if I only record 30 minutes, it's easier for me to go, right, I'm going to do 30 minutes, I'm just going to build one thing. Alright, anyway, video up tomorrow. As always, follow me on Twitter if you want to see kind of what I'm working on right now, as I do post videos and pictures, and also you can tweet me questions, just kind of see what I'm up to, and I'll talk to you lovely people tomorrow. Take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend.